handling George Harrison's guitars. George Harrison's guitars are renowned and influential in popular music. They're also family heirlooms for Danny Harrison. Now you can display them proudly with the guitar collection, George Harrison, an iPad app. George Harrison popularized various guitar types so much that he is inevitably tied to them. In the 1960s, he helped make the famous Rickenbacker 360 12 electric 12-string, a rosewood version of the Fender Telecaster, and the Gibson J160E acoustic/electric. During his solo years, he had guitars by Tony Zamitis, but thanks to his son, Danny, they will all be available for everyone to see and hear on this exquisite detail via the guitar collection George Harrison, a new iPad app. Let's have a look at Harrison's most celebrated Beatles-era guitars. Harrison Jr. came up with the idea after working on the 2009 The Beatles Rock Band video game. Inspiration struck as he had searched for a new tech project to tackle, and Harrison had studied aerodynamics, so it's not surprising that his muse was scientific. He found a good periodic table app. You can click on an element like gold and a spinning photo of gold appears. It's more engaging than learning the periodic table from a book. He thought, well, let's make a guitar elements table. We merely need to picture spinning guitars and playing them. I want to play in 3D. We can't do that with this app, he laughs. The next generation, they can do it. The app's guitar capture proved arduous. Harrison. The guitars were never leaving. Instead, Sebring, Beatles archivist Richard Radford, and renowned guitar tech Alan Roger went to Harrison's Henry on Thames estate. Harrison adds, after everyone moved in, we cleared out the living room and constructed the 3D rig there. Each guitar was photographed hundreds of times on a spinning plexiglass pedestal. Even famous guitars are made of wood and can crack, dry, and chip. Harrison may rest easy knowing that the guitars will no longer have to travel to the Grammy Museum in Los Angeles to be seen in full. Even if the guitars disintegrate, future generations and civilizations can study them. Harrison. I'm glad those models exist. If the planet ends and an extraterrestrial finds a disc, they'll think, oh, that's what guitars look like. Why weren't all guitars 3D models? I want to see Keith Richards' instruments too. 1961 Fender Rocky Stratocaster. John Lennon and George Harrison acquired matching Sonic Blue Stratocasters for €180, or 2,900 in 2012 US dollars. We told Mount Evans to fetch us 2 Strats and he brought back 2 pale blue ones. Harrison said, we used them on our Rubber Soul album. I played it a lot on that record, most notably in John and my unison solo on Nowhere Man. And if I had my way, the Strat would have been Harrison's first guitar. I'd seen Buddy Holly's Strat on the Chirping Crickets record cover and wanted one. In Liverpool, I could only locate a Futurama with strings half an inch off the fingerboard that resembled a Strat. But looking back at this instrument, as seen as in the Guitar Collection app, Harrison's custom paintwork does not cover most of the original Sonic Blue finish. The guitar's fat neck is composed of bird's eyes maple. A Warren Dealer sticker on the headstock suggests it came from Gribwoods, southeast of London. Gibson J160E. So Harrison and Lennon ordered matching Gibson's acoustic electric guitars from Rushworth's Music House in June 1962. And according to Lennon's sales receipt, the J160E cost 161.05 euros, which would be about 2,850 in today when adjusted for inflation. And George and John picked up the guitars at Rushworth's Music in September 1962. The next day, they recorded Love Me Do and P.S. I Love You at EMI's Abbey Road Studio 2. The J160E has a P90 pickup between its sound hole and rosewood fingerboard. Before recording Rubber Soul in 1965, Harrison relocated the pickup below the sound hole and closer to the bridge. The pickup was later retrieved, but its displacement left holes. 1968 Fender Rosewood Telecaster. Fender planned to add solid rosewood Telecasters and Stratocasters in the 1960s. The business offered Harrison the Tele prototype to gain attention. Harrison's custom-built Telecaster arrived in time for the Let It Be and Abbey Road sessions, and the guitar can be seen in Let It Be. Delaney Bramlett of Delaney and Bonnie received Harrison's guitar in 1969, but Harrison's estate reclaimed it. Gretsch Duo Jet. In 1957, George Harrison's first good guitar was a Gretsch Duo Jet. He had paid $75 to former Cunard line merchant seaman Ivan Hayward for the instrument. Harrison saw an ad in the Liverpool Echo and rushed to see it. I got a Gretsch Duo from a sailor who bought it in America. The first actual American guitar, second hand, but I polished it. I felt proud to own it. By 1963, Harrison retired the Duo Jet and gave it to Klaus Voormann, who kept it for 20 years. And Harrison appeared with the Duo Jet on the cover of Cloud 9 after reacquiring it from Voormann in the 80s. The Bigsby tremolo on Hayward's chambered mahogany Duo Jet is an aftermarket adjustment. Harrison polished the guitar and reversed Voormann's switching and pickup changes. 1963 Rickenbacker 360 12 guitar. Francis C. Hall, the proprietor of Rickenbacker Guitars, met the Beatles at the Savoy Hotel in 1964 to show them the company's new prototype, the Rickenbacker 360 12. Harrison was unwell and missed it. Lennon thought the 360 would be excellent for his bandmate. John Lennon played the 12-string and said, "George should definitely see this. Would you let him play it?" Hall recalled. Harrison said Rickenbacker's representative brought him the guitars. "I started playing my Rickenbacker 12-string after the '64 Sullivan shows. The Rickenbacker 12's chiming tone earned it a nickname, the Beat Guy's secret weapon." So what are your thoughts on today's video? Which of his guitars do you like the most? Please let us know in the comment section below. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our incredible videos. Keep an eye out for the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.